Hello and welcome back to AI with Andrea. We are in the process of building a dashboard using Lovable AI. Yesterday, or whenever you watched it, but yesterday for me, when I started from day one, I got stopped at day five because I ran out of daily credits. Now, I contemplated whether or not I was going to buy some more credits or just buy a monthly subscription, but I decided against it purely because I want to see how much of this I can get done without having to buy any credits, just so that you can see, the audience, what you can do for free. And after this, I will be buying a subscription to Lovable because I can see already how much I'd want to use it more and more. And I don't want to be restricted to 5 credits a day. So with that being said, I'm going to flip over to Lovable now to start from day 6 and show you what we got up to between day 1 and day 5 in case you haven't watched the previous video, which I would advise you to watch because even though it's not a do with me, it's a let me show you how I'm doing this so that you can learn along the way and see how easy, hard, medium, whatever it is for you, so you can get an insight into, okay, this is how you use Lovable. Okay, this is the instructions that you give it. And I haven't actually planned what I intend to do after this build, but it will be to learn more things in Lovable because I've realized I have a plethora of resources and some of them do include Lovable. So I will be continuing my Lovable journey for the foreseeable future. Let's get into day 6. Okay, so I'm back in Lovable now. I'm in the dashboard overview. So if you remember, or if you was watching yesterday's episode, you'll see that I got stopped in my tracks by the 5 credit usage alert. And just as I was about to do that, I was going on to day 6, and day 6 was about implementing a Pomodoro timer. I've copied and pasted the prompt for the Pomodoro timer, and if it works, it should display the timer showing 25 minutes. It should have a stop, pause button, and a reset button, and a countdown every second for when it's running. And one thing I learned yesterday, so I did have a little look around Lovable because admittedly I hadn't done that previously. This is just me going in just as a newbie. And I saw that you could have different previews. So this is a tablet preview. This is, I'm not sure what that is, to be fair. This, I'm assuming, is a mobile preview. That's the laptop preview. That's the tablet preview. And that's the mobile preview. That's cool. You kind of see what it looks like. And then I also previewed it in a different tab. And as you can see, it does actually look slightly different in this tab. So they are side by side, whereas in the dashboard that we're actually creating it, they're underneath each other. So I think it's a good idea to actually look at it from a tab view rather than in this view, in the prompt view, but we'll see how we go. So without any further ado, I'm going to hit run on the prompt to add the Pomodoro timer. Let's see how long. I'm not sure why it's saying start live preview, but hey ho. So it thought for 7 seconds and it said, I'll add a Pomodoro timer component with work/break modes, countdown and completion notification. Has it done it already? I'm not too sure. All right, let's have a look. So it still looks the same as it did yesterday. Oh no, because it hadn't finished. You're with me in real time. These are the kind of conversations I would have with myself. And there you go. Here's the Pomodoro timer. I hadn't paused the video or anything. This just went straight in. And let's see if it works. So if I click, if I click start, so what's the break? Then we're gonna work for 25 minutes. That's gonna be the focus time, and then we're gonna have a break for 5 minutes. Okay, let's start. All right, here we go. So the Pomodoro timer actually works. There's also a reset button on there. But one thing I noticed in the instructions is that there are two prompts for day 6. And so prompt 2 is so the instructor is saying, I need to reorganize the dashboard layout to prepare for adding more features. We currently have 3 components. So now we have the daily habits, as you can see at the top here, daily habits. We also have the daily tasks and the Pomodoro timer. And we'll be adding 5 plus more cards over it says weeks here, but over the next few days. Interesting. So it's gonna be a admittedly I said I looked at day 30 to see what the dashboard actually looks like, and it did look like it had a lot of components. So that's cool. I also want to see what this looks like now that I've added the Pomodoro timer. I don't know if it update. Oh, it does update straight away. Okay, so cool. So you can see the difference in the layouts from here and from this screen to the prompt screen. So now I'm going to reorganize. I put in the prompt so that it can reorganize the layout. And as you can see, you've seen what the layout looks like now. This is a rather long prompt, as it should be. And so this prompt is, please reorganize the dashboard with a scalable grid layout. So it's giving it a layout structure, and it's told it about the current components. Yeah, let's see what it looks like. I'm going to run this now. And as you can see here, I've got 3.880 credits remaining. So let's see how long this lasts. So I've just got a message back saying the sidebar looks fine. It has dashboard, tasks, habit, calendar, settings, no duplicate users, entry. I'll update the index page with the new grid layout and add coming soon placeholder cards. Okay. So it's in process. It's doing its thing. So it has reorganized the dashboard. So as you can see, it's got some coming soon placeholders. Let's see what it looks like in the tab form. I hope you can see me switching screens. I think you can, yeah. So as you can see there, it has put in the coming soon tab holders, which is good. Okay. So now we're going to go into day 7. Okay, so I've copied over day 7 now. And for day 7, what we're going to be doing is enhancing the Pomodoro timer. So it's basically said that we're going to, when we test it, we're going to make sure that the weekly bar shows up and the daily tomato shows up after you complete a session. So when I've run this and after it's done what it needs to do, I'm going to test it by putting the timer to 2 minutes. Or yeah, I'll obviously pause the video and then see what happens. So let's run it first. So as you can see there, plain English, enhanced Pomodoro timer, track completed sessions, count per day, display today's completed Pomodoro with tomato emoji, show weekly completion chart, and store session history in local storage. So those are the instructions that it's been given. Let's see what it comes back with. Okay, so we're back and it's done its thing. As you can see, it's added a tomato emoji there. So what I'm going to do, I actually don't know how to change the time. Let's see. How do you change the time on here? Interesting. How would you change the time? But I don't want to start it for... You're probably shouting at the screen to me like, do this. Oh, look. Oh, no, that's the break. How do you adjust the time? I'm pressing the delete. What happens if I go to this screen? Does it? Let me update this tab. Yeah, that updates, but I can't see how to change the time. And what I want to do is I want to be able to see what it looks like when this goes off. Maybe that this is a question that I need to ask my tutor. So I need to, yeah, get back to you on that one because obviously I don't want to sit here for 25 minutes to see if the timer works. But we'll come back to that one. We'll come back. We'll come back. So if I reset it, it should go back to 25. That's all good. All right. So that is a question that I need to ask. How do I change the timer? First question that I've had to ask, to be fair. So not doing too badly. So we're gonna move on, and already I can see it's telling me to upgrade now. So let's hope that I can get this one through. So for day 8, what we're doing now, today we're adding storage, a storage database for our project, along with user authentication so we can log in and have our work saved. Prior to this, it was saved at the browser level. So if we were to erase our browser history or use a new tab or a different computer, we wouldn't have access to our data. So today I'm going to be adding, or now I'm going to be adding a user authentication, create an account, and now your data will be protected so only you can access it. So this is looking good. This is looking like something that could be sold. Watch this space. I'm going to add that prompt there. What I'm supposed to be adding the prompt. Come on. All right, there you go. So enable Lovable Cloud for this project, create database tables, and it's telling it what to create the database tables for. So I'm going to run this. It's thinking. So I'll enable Lovable Cloud and then create the database tables for your productivity data. All right, I'm gonna allow. I assume I need to allow. Hope I needed to allow. So it's doing its thing, it's thinking. All right, let's give it time to think. All right, I'm back and we reached the daily limit again. Admittedly, I am doing a few days in one day, so I shouldn't really complain. It's for free. It's for free. So where did I get up to? I got up to, so we just ignore that. So I did get up to putting in the authentication. So we wanted to enable Lovable Clouds because what it was doing, what it does originally is it saves it to the local storage, and that's not what we want. So we want wherever we are, whatever computer you're using, you can just log in using the URL and it brings up your dashboard. But as it stands currently, it's only able to bring up the dashboard because I'm on this laptop. If I went somewhere else, I wouldn't be able to use the dashboard. So what we're doing now is programming it so that it can be, there's an authentication process. So you put a username and password and it will log you in basically. And because we've run out of credits, I'm not able to go any further with the authentication. So to be fair, I don't know how much of this got done. I think it was literally in the middle of authentication. So I'm going to have to wait a full 24 hours to do this, but it's fine. We went from what day we at? We done 2 days today. We was able to do, I say 2 days, but we was able to add the Pomodoro timer, add the emoji to the Pomodoro timer, set up so that we can have a history for the Pomodoro timer and readjust the dashboard so it leaves space for all the other elements that we're going to be putting into the dashboard. I'm not too sure whether it is going to be Spotify or notes. I have no idea, but we will see as the days go on. So I will be back tomorrow or the next episode for you. I'll be back with the next episode with we'll start with completing where it left off and then see how far we get. me saying that I want to do up to 5 days per day clearly is looking like it's not going to work because of the 5 credit limit. And so we started off in the beginning kind of small, doing small things. I think now as we getting towards the bigger implementations, it's taken up a lot more credits. So this way it's given me an idea about when I do get the paid version, what can you do with X amount of credits? So far, we've used up around 10 credits by doing just this. And so I think this is a good way to calculate or to give you a rough estimate of how many credits you're going to use to do a particular project. So I will be back in the next episode. Let me stop sharing. I will be back in the next episode where we will continue with the authentication process and we'll see what comes next. I haven't actually looked at what comes next. Like I said, this is me just going through this day by day, but chunking a few days into one. So I will see you soon. So this is goodbye from AI with Andrea.